Virtually everybody who was on AZT died. Most of them died within a year. Almost all of them died within 2 years. He killed with AZT probably 330,000 people during the 1980s and early 1990s. The other thing he did, Dell, which is part of this playbook that you're talking about, is he suppressed all of the drugs. There were local doctors who were treating AIDS patients in New York and San Francisco and Dallas, etc. They were finding a lot of drugs that worked for the AIDS symptoms very, very effectively. Aerosol benzene was one of those. It had tremendous efficacy. But the AIDS patients, most of whom were impoverished because they couldn't work, were unable to get it because the insurance companies would not give it to them because it wasn't approved by FDA. They were begging Tony Fauci to get FDA to approve, but he refused. He said, we don't have placebo-controlled trials.
Right.
And so that's what the film Dallas Buyers Club is about, is people, Matthew McConaughey and a lot of other people with AIDS, who discovered that AZT was killing everybody who was taking it, and they were going to Mexico, to Canada, to Europe to get these drugs that actually work, smuggling them back to the United States and distributing them to AIDS patients. And Michelle Wallet, who wrote that film, initially made Tony Fauci the antagonist in her script. He was the villain in the film. In the end, when they made the film, they took him out of it. But he was the guy who was killing all these AIDS patients by denying them a drug that the local doctors had proven worked. My uncle, as I show in the book, Teddy Kennedy, was deeply involved in forcing Tony Fauci finally to approve this off-purpose medication. It's the exact same thing he's done with ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, killing these drugs because they compete with the vaccines that he knows his buddies are going to make money from.